Oh my goodness,
Old dogs and new tricks, yeah.
I tell you, that's why I like to get kids nearby. 'Cause, oh my gosh,
It's one of the best reasons to have grandkids. They
I
turn
tell
out
you,
smarter than us.
I know. Well, I think, if we had this electronics our days, I mean, well, you're doing pretty good.
Have you been getting to watch any of the others?
Yeah, I have. Too
Okay,
good, Kermit. Yeah.
good, good, good.
Good job. Good job.
Well, forever, probably nobody, but in case one person might need it, today I've got Danelle Avelino. And what's your maiden name, Danelle?
Kauai,
Are you Henry's sister?
yes, he's my older brother.
He was in my dorm.
Yes. Liho
Okay.
liho.
Yeah. I don't know why I never
Yeah.
put that together.
And how long is this? Like almost 50 years?
Yeah. I'm surprised I remembered his first name.
Yeah, yeah. That's my older brother.
Oh, okay. Is he on Big Island too?
He's on Oahu, still in Waikiki, still working at the Halekulani at the place called House with No Key.
Hmm.
He's one of those. Sorry about the noise. It's I'm right on the main traffic over here. He's one of those sommeliers, the guys that do the wine and champagnes and all that kind of stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah, wears those white coats.
Wow. I imagine the schooling for that must be good fun. This one was wine. This one is champagne.
Too sweet. Well, that comes from California, that one. Yeah.
You got it wrong. You got to go home practice tomorrow. Okay, I will.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, thanks again for doing all of this. It's a great way to catch up with, see what everybody's doing or we're
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Do you remember us being on Molokai at the same time back in 2017?
Yes, I do.
That's because your husband is from there, or what? He has.
No, my actually we went over that time. Was it to play music?
You were visiting somebody.
My son lives there. He married a Molokai girl. Pretty.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
You know
right
the
on.
Tootie Purdy at the macadamia nut?
Mm. I
Yeah,
just
there's
played
one up
baseball with
there.
Peter, so
Oh, Peter. Yeah.
uh, and I
Yeah.
wanna trying to remember if he had a younger brother or not. I don't think so.
Mm.
But anyway, so to start things off, what year you started Kamehameha?
69. That's
Seventh
as a
grade.
seventh grader. Yeah, seventh grader.
Okay.
69 and seventh.
I've been surprised because I'm randomly picking whoever will be nice enough to say yes and help me out. I've been getting a lot of people on started ninth grade.
Yeah.
I like really surprised how many. I thought, wow, I don't remember you guys just showing up in ninth grade, but I guess you did.
Yeah, I was one of those came from seventh grade. I was the first one from our family to go.
Because the having those extra 2 years, and you were a boarder, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Something about the bond.
Yeah,
Because
I
by the
think so.
time we went ninth grade, it was like, oh, I mean, it was we were old pros at it already.
I think so, yeah. It's to me as I look back, I think I wouldn't have it any other way to start at 7 because you get all the homesick, you get all the friends, you can get pot with. By the time you high school, you can focus on the studies. That's my opinion.
I agree. Because by the time I went off to college, I had already been in a dormitory for 6 years doing stuff basically on my own.
Yeah. Independent already, yeah.
Yeah, and Doug Duvichel was with me. He was another seventh grader.
Yeah.
We went to the same college, and we got there, you know, oh, there's our room. Boom, we're in the room. Boom, beds are made. Boom, we're unpacked. Boom, the rice cooker started. Boom, we're down in the kitchen trying to jimmy the lock so we can get plates and silverware, and all the rest of the people, bags in their hands, wandering up and down the hall.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys are seasoned already.
And it was like automatic.
Yeah,
So that to me was always a big benefit because after that, any kind of travel was just easy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I knew
yeah.
how to figure out where I'm supposed to be at. Knew how to figure out what to do once I got there. I do it enough times and I figure out, okay, no need bring towel because they get towel at the hotel. So,
For real, for
start to
real.
adjust the organization a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's good. I mean, it prepared us, you know. We knew how to do things. Yeah.
So once we graduated, what did you
Mm-hmm.
do next?
Oh my goodness. Dummy people going so fast on this road. Anyway, so we graduated in June, and then I came back to Hilo. I stepped into my parents bought a house while I was in senior year, whatever. Yeah, they bought a house up at Waikia. In fact, their backyard is the shagging range for the golf course, the Muni golf course. But so that's the first time in the house, and then I registered for college, and so it was in July. Actually, it was my day after that day after my birthday. My birthday's on the 9th. I have a great uncle. His birthday was on the 19th, on the 11th. And so what happened was in fact, I don't know if any of the other students remember him, but his name was Mr. Lee, and he used to clean like the down by the pool and all that kind of stuff when we were in school until
Hmm.
he retired. Yeah, and he used to hand out the towels and all that kind. Anyway, that's my grandma's brother.
Oh,
He's my
right
great
on.
uncle. Yeah. So what happened was he moved to Hilo after retirement, and he wanted to take me to dinner between our birthdays. Mine on the 9th, his on the 11th. We went on the 10th. So he took
Okay,
me
so what
to
what month? July?
July. Yeah, July. Yeah.
Yours is the 10th, you said.
Huh?
Yeah. You said yours is the 10th.
No, mine is the 9th. And then my uncle is the 11th. So he took me to dinner on the 10th.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm
anyway, little did I know that he must frequent over there. That it was a nice steakhouse. It was a place called Waipuna, which is now known as Ice Pond, the ponds. So we went to dinner. There was music and everything, and then the band took a break, and the manager comes over and talks to my uncle and introduces me to him, and then he calls over the girls. There were three girls and one Mexican drummer, young. I think the oldest one was 18, and so I met them. And when I was leaving that night, the manager introduces me to the drummer, and he says, "This is Danelle. She's the newest member of our group. She's going to be at practice tomorrow."
and
And I
that's the
said,
first you heard, right?
"Right." And so, sure enough, the girls came to pick me up the next day. I practiced for 2 days. By then, it was Friday, and I was on stage at the Ponds, July
Was it kind of
1975.
settled, kind of sneaky
It
kind
was,
with your uncle, or what?
huh?
Was it kind of sneaky put together by your uncle, or?
I don't know. I guess my uncle loved music, and he knew I played a little bit guitar, but I played slack key. He knew I played piano, but I played by ear, so just that enough. And I guess the manager was interested, but I don't know if you heard of the group. It's called Hawaiian Heart, but the girl from that Hawaiian Heart, her name was Becky Kealahasi Kiamaka. But her father was the manager, and she was only 16 then. So what happened was we became an all girls group here in Hilo. I played with them for 2 years before I met up with Bobo and Boyson Brown. And I was with them till, let's see, about 6 years ago when the last one passed away. So I've been retired since.
So your school went kind of to the
Yeah, when
side.
I tried 2 semesters, but I couldn't do it with. We did 6 nights a week, 4 to 7, and then 8 till 4 in the morning. So it was
Wow.
really, really tough, but it was a great career. I mean, so I played piano with a group, all girls group. He'd work us really hard though, but we're the youngest was 16, the oldest was 19. Dennis Paval's sister, Mokihana Paval, she's left-handed. She played the bass. Yeah,
Wow.
and she sings just like him. Yeah, so I had a really awesome career in music all the way till just about a couple of years ago. I still play once in a
So
while.
then now, like in high school, were you concert glee and
No, nothing. Some
wow.
of some of the some of my dorm mates would remember me, maybe in the piano room, maybe just fooling around. Because I had this habit. If I travel, I like to touch the piano. My mom guys had a piano at the house, so I touch the piano, make up any kind. I never took a lesson. It's all by ear. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but 88 keys worth of ear, that's
I
I
tell
mean
you,
that
I tell you another story. Okay, so when I was home and then going to school already at Kamehameha, the piano at our old house in Pueo was next to a record player. And at that time, my favorite song was Color My World, Chicago. You know how that piano piece is at the beginning? So I learned it by ear. I would figure every single note. I can play the whole piano piece plus the saxophone. Okay. So once I learned it, I played it often as I could. But one night when I was done work and down at Ekipamay at Waike Village those days, my friend and I, he studied Francis Blas. He studied music. He graduated with his music career. So we are talking story, and then he says, "Oh, Danelle, you play really good." I said, "Well, I cannot believe." He said, "You didn't have a lesson." I said, "No." I said, "Oh, how's this?" So I played that Color My World. And he was like, "No way." I said, "Why?" He says, "Because that song was recorded in the key of F, and I'm playing in the key of F sharp. So it's my turntable that was going a little bit too fast. I learned it on the black instead of F."
wow.
And he couldn't believe it. He goes, "No way."
I just know the tiniest little bit because I took piano keyboard just for something to do, I think my junior year.
Yeah. Hmm.
One semester, I can find middle C. I think I can close the thing over the keys. I can step on the pedals. I can wipe the top off. I don't know.
Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, so we traveled a lot. We played every single hotel here in Hilo, Hilo, Hawaii, Naniloa, Waike Village, Ekipamai, I mean that was the hotel there, but oftentimes we'd make friends who'd fly us um places. We were we were friends
Like
with
like outside the state?
oh yeah, yeah. We've been to Mexico and Japan. We played
Wow.
for Halau. Yeah, Halau over there. We were musicians for Ray Fonseca with Kaiki Laulani. So we did a lot of traveling and stuff like that.
That's neat because that's a bonus.
Yeah, yeah. Oftentimes we went outer island. We met up with Kathy Enos's parents, and they came to the nightclub one night at Hilo Hawaiian, and they loved our music, so they brought us up several times for Christmas party for the construction company. There was all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so it's nice when you travel. They pay for our hotel, our airfare, plus they pay us. It's extra bonus, and I get to take my family because I'm the only girl, so I get my own room.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah, so my kids grew up traveling with us.
How
Mm.
many kids do you have?
I have three. The oldest is on Molokai. He lives Molokai. And then I have a daughter who teaches at Navehi, the Hawaiian Immersion School here in Kea'au. And then my youngest one is in Washington, in Brennan. He operates or supervises one of the Pacific seafood. They grow oysters and clams and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have two kids.
Awesome. Awesome.
Busy life, but it's a great one.
Any grandkids?
We have seven.
Okay.
Yeah. All girls except one, the one in Washington. He's a boy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're all smart. And it's nice to hear the language being spoken. Yeah. My daughter's two girls. They fluent from when they're babies too. Yeah. So
Because
yeah.
they attended like immersion schools or anything like that, or
Well, because my daughter spoke and she taught at Navehi, they had they call it a hi'ipepe class, a baby's class for the teachers and stuff. So they were there in diapers. They were cared for
wow.
while my daughter is teaching. So the oldest one is now going to the ninth grade, and the second one is going to the sixth grade. So, and they fluent.
I don't know. Do they still have explorations?
They do have explorations. And you know what? I was the first one in the very first week that they tested it out.
Wow.
Yeah, the first week, the very first time they had that, I was one of those lucky enough to go. But it was really cool. That's what wanted me to go in seventh grade. So yeah, it was good.
Boy, that's kind of a neat honor.
Yeah, yeah, it was. And had Nona Beamer, she did a lot of the teaching up there for exploration. But yeah, it was good. It was fun.
That's cool.
Did you go?
Um, yeah, but
Yeah.
nobody said anything if we were first or last or in the middle or what. So I just
Yeah.
assumed, and in fact, I guess I didn't even realize then that there was no explorations before our explorations then.
Yeah. Yeah. We were the first. You know, our time was the first. It
Wow.
was it was made.
Okay. It's kind
Yeah,
of
it was
neat
part of
to
the
know.
first week. You
So I got
good?
a little cold. Yeah, I got a little
Oh
cold going on.
no. Is it cold up where you are?
No, it's pretty nice today. The wind makes it a little bit cool,
Oh,
but I think I just caught something along the way.
oh.
So you guys get where do you live on the Big Island?
In Hilo.
Okay.
Yeah, in Hilo.
So do you run into Camuela Chun?
I do. I do once in
Okay.
a while, yeah.
You
And
know,
Ilya too, Raymond Ilya.
oh, okay. He
Power.
mentioned it. I gotta
Yeah.
track him down,
Yeah.
figure out, get him to sit down with me too. But what's nice about this little project is I get to benefit too because like Kamu and I never really interacted a whole lot in high school. And
Hmm.
man, the guy's fascinating.
Yeah, he is. He's
Um,
very
when
grounded in Hawaiian
when I
culture.
talked to Rhonda the other day, she was saying how he had stayed up late special to catch the Merry Monarch, the one where he um chants in the royal court or
Oh yeah, yeah. He's done that for several years now. Who's also involved in that was what a kind Michael's brother.
Michael Crab.
Yeah. Not not the one on Maui, the one in Hilo. He teaches too, I believe. What is his name? I'm getting old, cannot remember. You can
Well,
relate, right?
and it doesn't help because Michael has like siblings,
Right. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah. I know. Oh, shucks.
trying to track that bugger down too, but he's so darn busy.
Oh yeah,
I said,
Michael.
bruh, 1 hour. That's all I need, 1 hour. I'll let you know. I'll call you back. Okay. You would not believe the texting on my phone. I probably got 17 conversations all going right now, trying to figure
I
out
bet.
who can go when. And
Yeah. A
but I've
lot of
been,
coordinating.
but it's been nice because good response. I mean, I'm posting one a day, so I don't burn people out with them.
Yeah,
But
they're really
I've still got probably 9 or 10 that are already recorded. I just haven't posted them yet. So,
oh
and,
boy.
and talking to Kevin Garcia, he gave me a good idea because I was only gonna do this up to the reunion and then pow. He
Uh-huh.
said, no, just go. Just
Yeah.
continue until nobody like talks story anymore. So
Yeah.
it's a good idea. Yeah, that way I don't feel rushed to like track people down and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
hurry up, please, please.
yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, really cool.
So you said that you officially retired how many years ago?
Well, let's see, when Bobo passed away, and it's been about maybe about 6 years now. Although that I retired from like the hotel nightclub kind of stuff because we're doing that up until then. And then if the kids, because two out of three of the kids they play music too. My boy Amolokai, he has his own group, and my daughter she plays for the school and other events and stuff if they come up. So if they ask, then I'll play. But I haven't played the piano too much. If I do play with them, it's the bass. I play the bass.
Do you have a piano in your house today?
A small one that the kids that the kids play. In fact, each of the grandkids have a piano in their house.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Courtesy of grandma.
Yeah. So they need to sit and learn.
Well, the thing about it too, and I learned this very late in life, is that music, but especially so the piano, exercises parts of a person's brain that doesn't get stimulated by anything else.
I can understand that. Yeah.
I mean, because there's a lot of math going on when you're pressing 88 keys in the right sequence and, combination. And I mean,
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but when you do it with by ear, you can't even explain it. I don't know. I kind of often thought I want to teach my kids, but how do you teach something that you know you hear you put it on put it on the piano.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
would have probably
but
had to
it's
go
been nice.
lessons though.
Yeah. So just maybe a month or so, maybe a little longer by now. But I was invited by Kainani Kahaunaile. She's a really awesome Hawaiian musician here, but she originates from Kauai. Anyway, she does a lot of I think she's a teacher at the college as well, alongside with her music. But she was doing some work down at a friend of mine, Emma Nakano, their studio, which is a couple of streets down from where I am. So my friend Emma calls me up. She says, "Auntie, what you doing?" I said, "Nothing." She goes, "Can you come down? We're trying to figure out a song." I said, "Okay." So she sends me the song as I'm driving down to her house. Listen to it. I never heard the song before. It's a country western song. I go, "Oh, okay." So they set up the piano for me. So I'm over there trying to figure it out. Okay, we figured it out. Not knowing that it was being recorded and it's out on Facebook. So so Kainani, if you look her up, Kainani Kahonaile, they do a mommy date on Facebook. They do a mommy date. I think it's like pound sign mommy date, but just look search for Kainani.
Hold on, let me grab a piece of paper. It's about 11 seconds after you say the name, and it's gone from my head.
I totally understand.
I'm knocking stuff over at the same time.
Aw.
Okay, you said Kai Nani.
Yeah, that's Kai Nani, Nani, one word.
Okay.
And the last name is Kahaunile. It's Kahaunele.
Kahaunele.
Kahaunile. Kahaunai. A is Nile.
Okay, Kahaune.
Yes, Le.
Le. Okay.
Kahaunile. Yeah.
And you
If
said,
you listen, if you if you listen to Hawaiian music, you recognize her.
and what was the thing? Mommy dates?
Yeah, mommy date. M O
DATES.
Mommie, I think. Date. Let me see if I can look it up real fast. Yeah, it's called on Facebook. It's called, but it anyway, it's called Mommy Date. So go scroll on hers. But it's really, really cool. I had a chance to play with was me, it was Emma on bass, it was Kainani on guitar, Lede, and then it was my cousin Kiliho Omalu. Her name is Princess. She's the youngest of um, my Uncle Robert and Auntie Two girls, 10 kids, but they all play music. If you've heard of Uncle Robert's Ava Band or Kalapana Ava Band, that's them.
You know, it's sounding like in your family and your friends, you have some really sneaky people. They hook you up to form with a group. They record your dinking around, and it's like
And
uh
I had
you
no
can just
idea.
ask, you can just ask.
I had no idea that it was going on. And they're, they're just playing. And then Emma, she's laughing. She's telling her, Kainani, I don't think Auntie knows we're recording. So my daughter, she calls my daughter, and then my daughter FaceTimes with her. My daughter saying, I don't think mom knows you guys are recording. I said, no, I didn't.
That's what I
That's so
mean. They like,
funny. I hang them up on the guava tree, I tell you. But it
no need
was,
to ask Danelle, just do them and we'll explain it to her later.
yeah, that one got me. I went, oh my gosh, I'm there to help, right? How's that? Yeah, but we figured out this song and it came out really nice. So if you have a chance to go look it up, it's really pretty. Yeah.
How many days? Okay. Got
Yeah.
them. Got them written down.
Yeah. The other thing we did was we worked at the hotels, like, contract Monday to Saturday, right? And every single night we play like a lot. So so we'd have contracts with the hotels and stuff. I forget which one it was, Naniloa or was it Hilo Hawaiian? We had like 12-year contract. We have, but the stipulation is if we have an offer to go off island or travel, then as long as we have a replacement, we could go. So we did that. We even did the cruise ship. So
Wow.
yeah, that was fun. They did this Aloha Week and they invited us to do the cruise ship. So they flew us to Honolulu. We get on there, then we do that inter island. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
You
Got
know,
to do it.
that event sounds like it's fun to just
Yeah,
jump on that ship and kind of island hop for
Yeah, it's
What does
really,
it
it's really,
last? Like a week or longer?
it
Or
is a week. Yeah. It starts off on Oahu, and then I think they go to Maui, or I forget if it's Maui. They do Maui, they do Big Island, Hilo, they do Kona, and then I think they go to, well, we caught on part of it. That's why we didn't do the whole thing. But the legs that we were on, it was a lot of fun. I think they go to Kauai too. I forget. That was when they
I
first
would
started.
think you'd have to offer Kauai because
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I would not want to
So
do the other islands and not get to see Kauai.
yeah, so it was really cool. So we get to call up our friends and, hey, I'm coming in. You get the day off, right? So yeah, it
Is
was
your
fun.
husband retired too?
Nope, he's not retired yet. I'm not retired either. I'm still working.
Doing what kind of stuff?
Me, I work for the police department.
Oh, okay.
So when over here on the Big Island, I think we're the only department that has a word processing center because our island is so big, and before many many years we don't have enough officers. So what they did was when the officers go out, they come back, they record, and they're back on the street. So I'm one of 10 that do island-wide transcriptions of officers' reports.
Now, how long have you done that?
7 years.
Okay, so not while you were right in the middle of
No,
performing and
when I was doing that stuff, yeah, I didn't have a day job.
I was wondering, man, I mean, I'm thinking,
I'd be
how many
dead.
hours is in Danelle's day?
Yeah, I'd
You
be
know,
dead.
because I just, from third hand, I can imagine you're
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
and you expend a lot of energy playing music and performing.
right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So,
in the morning, the last thing you want to do is get up and do something important,
right. Although towards the latter part, we not do the entire week. We took like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 nights, So that was a lot easier. We didn't have to do the 6 days or whatnot, but yeah, so that was a good fit for me. And then after that, it was maybe about 10 years. I was working with the county, 3 years with the Office of Housing, and then police.
Hmm. What line
Yeah.
of work is your husband in?
He's in automotive sales. He's celebrating this year is 53 years of being with the same company.
Wow.
Yeah. I think if he leaves, then the cornerstone gonna broke, the building gonna fall down. I think.
And that
Yeah.
says a lot about the company to be around for, not a
Yeah.
whole lot of companies last 50 something years.
Yeah. He works for automotive supply in Hilo. So.
Wow, that's something. 53 years.
Yeah, that guy. He laughed because um I was already playing music when I met him. In fact, we met at a paddling thing anyway. But as the years went by, kids came along, that kind of stuff. We go to parties and stuff, and his friends would say, "Oh, your wife, she play music. Your son, your daughter. What you play?" He goes, "I play my wife."
Oh, you married the stand-up comedian. That's what you did.
Yeah, yeah. He's been fun. This year we celebrate 44 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
That longevity says a lot too, though, because, you know, I don't know if it helps to have been in our generation, but I see the 20 somethings now.
Hmm.
And I mean, at the first dark cloud, they want to just divorce
Yeah,
and walk away already. It's like,
yeah, yeah. They don't have commitment like we do. We come from a good generation. I mean, I don't know this generation coming up, but you know what? I see it in my kids, so it's still going.
okay.
Yeah, it's still going.
That helps.
Anyway.
Now, so do you and your husband find time to travel for fun? Any place?
Well, we go to Vegas. In fact, we're planning a trip to go to Japan in ending of August. Because, like, I went to Japan, I think, total 3 times, but it was for music. And so my husband, he would always, we were always like, if we all cannot go, then one stays back. So when I did traveling on music waves, it was okay. If we're gonna stay longer than a night, then the family's coming. If it's just one night, then yeah, we're not. But Japan, it was like about a week at a time, so he didn't get to go. But this time, I'd really like to show him around and see, places and the other cool place is Mexico, but now it's kind of scary, so I don't think I want to go.
Uh,
Yeah, but we had
some
a
of the
nice, yeah.
some of the classmates I've talked to have had the good fortune to go to Japan, and everybody just says such nice but fascinating things about it. Makes me want to go.
Yeah, yeah. If you have a chance, I would really say, to go. We had the opportunity in out of the 3 times that I went, Uncle George Noope was there. He traveled. In fact, the last time we were his band. But yeah, Uncle George, he's crazy, and he's like he was God over there. Everywhere he went, all the Japanese people, they're like, oh, ah. So it was really really good an experience. But it's funny because the last time when we went with him, and then I'm here with these two well-known musicians, the Browns from Gila, right? Brothers and the whole family, Bunny Brown, Bill Brown, they all sing. And so he tells me we were sitting down and having breakfast, and Uncle George says, Bebe? I said, yes. He says, you know, you you make these two guys sound good. And then the two brothers looking at me, I go, and then they go, oh, sorry. Uncle George said, shut up. Fun,
Now,
good.
how did you and the two brothers form your band?
Okay, so when I was playing, like I said, I played with that all girls group and we played together like 2 years. And part of our, after we power work, we would go to the nightclubs. It was legal before, so, we could go. So we go listen to one of the brothers who ended up playing as part of our trio, Boyson. He was married to Mary Lou, and they had a gig at Ho'omade Made Bar. So we would go with her pal, play music at the ice pond, whatever. We'd go over and we'd listen. Of course, we wouldn't drink. We'd, you know, drink soda, whatever. And they would call us up to play too sometimes. So the same thing with Bobo Brown. He had his own group. And so when we were done, we go visit them too. But afterwards, then we broke up, and then Bobo called me up one night. So I played with him one time at Ho'omade because somebody couldn't make it. So I played with him. It's funny when he first asked because I said, what kind of music do you guys play? He goes, what an easy kind, um, Hawaiian wedding song, tourist stuff. Oh, okay. So I played one time. And then he calls me the next time, but it's a couple weeks later. He says, Bebe, they always call me Bebe because I was the youngest one. Um, Friday, you can play with it. Well, you can play with me. I said, oh, he goes, oh, we go do 1 hour at the Crown Room. Crown Room over here, it's big. It's a big showroom here at the Crown Room. So I go, okay. He goes, yeah, 1 hour. I said, okay. So we all got together behind the curtain. Okay. He tells me, Baby, do you know how to play Morning Dew? I said, yeah. He goes, okay, just do a ding, ding, ding. I said, okay, like this, ding, 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 ding. And the curtain goes up. Bobo, me, two other guys that I played with other times, but not together. House is full, packed at the Crown Room. We start singing Morning Dew. Okay, little did I know we were doing 1 hour before the Elite.
Nobody tells you anything, do they?
I guess not. Am I so gullible or what? So I just go along, right? Oh, you need help? Okay, I'll go. And so I stayed with him the rest of that time. He says, "Oh, baby, come play with me at home, Mali." So I joined him there. So I was with him for like close to 40, 45 years,
Wow.
36 years. Yeah, I know. The best buddies, do I tell you?
Uh,
Oh yeah.
'Cause you guys came over and performed too at, was it in '04 when we were up on campus?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we're invited to
Okay.
come play for that.
I
Yeah, that
remember
big.
just I was busy doing something in the back, but I remember hearing because I missed I think Kevin Tevis was there. I missed his whole set. So I said,
Yeah.
well, not anymore. 50th. I hope everybody gets a chance to, relax and do nothing and mingle and
Yeah, we had fun. I would recommend like, the classes going island hopping and stuff. Hey, if you can join them because that was a lot of fun. I fit it into my schedule and met them down at the Hilo Hawaiian that night for Valentine's Day. For me, it was hard because my daughter's birthday is on Valentine's Day, and she turned
oh,
40. And she turned 40, so I told him I don't think I'm gonna make it, but I we got through early, and I went. We had so much fun. Camuela, Raymond Ilia. Let's see, me. I brought my bass. Camuela had his ukulele. And we're singing in my old not equipment, Hunilan Lounge. Hilo Hawaiian. It was so much fun.
now I'm really curious then with the talents you obviously had and the career you had, why were you not part of concert glee or something in high school?
That's a funny one. I never knew I was going to be a musician. And the way it happened, it was just chance, I guess. I don't know. But
But I mean,
I
you obviously enjoy music.
I do, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But going up to school like that, I know there was concert glee, but I never thought about that. So when we're down at I think we were down at Hilo Hawaiian that night and I was playing and I sang a song and then afterwards Marilyn Kaohi, she goes, "So why did we win, girls?" Wait, we won, girls. This was so funny. I
Because
said, "Hello."
everybody made the plan around Danelle. That's why nobody told her nothing. Keep her in the
Ah,
dark.
yeah. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I don't know why, I was put on this path, but it was a really fun, enjoyable path. I've got to
Yeah,
do a
it does
lot of
sound like, you could not have regretted any part of it. So,
no, we were sent over twice for we meet a lot of people. Auntie Irmgard, Aluli. So we went over for her birthday and we played for her birthday. She loved us. She loved our music.
that's
And
awesome. I mean,
yeah, and we met a lot of people, but yeah, so thankful.
it just sounds so awesome.
Anyway,
So, do you still maybe, I don't know, somewhere along the way get called on stage to play a song or two still, or
well, occasionally yeah, but I'm kind of like a homebody. I'm so tired because there's a lot of criminals on this side. Yeah, really, really terrible. But yeah, but then when I do go, I enjoy playing with the kids. When we go Molokai and stuff, we do a trio or Like if Justin comes home, then we get together and yeah, we'll do something. But graduation parties, he'd come over for a graduation party, we'd play. But yeah, it's fun. It's
You know, just as a side note, I just thought about this. You're on Big Island for all this time. I don't can't remember his last name, but I would see clips of his speeches in different areas. But you guys had a mayor, Billy something.
Hanoi.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. First time I heard him talk, he was I don't know if he was at HPU doing a graduation thing or whatever, but every time I would hear him speak, I think, God, I would vote for this guy, and I don't even live Big
Yeah,
Island.
yeah, he was really good. He passed away, but he when he was a mayor, he did a really good job. A lot of support, yeah. Even now we have a new mayor. I can't remember his name right now because I'm losing it, but he's really good too. He's local.
Good,
Mm,
good.
he's-
You know, but
uh,
I think Hawaii needs that. You know, I mean, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of incredibly smart local people,
yeah, I
and if they
agree.
take the right steps, you know, I've seen some different representatives and stuff on Oahu that are doing some really good, important, heartfelt things
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
community that they just, you know, they don't want to play the games, they don't want the
Mhm,
BS, they just
mhm.
make it right, you know, make it pono.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I was going to say one other thing that I've been involved with from long time ago, 1991, has been the Pu'ukohola.
explain that one.
Pu'ukohola here. Yeah, so back in 1991, they did a ho'okuikahi celebration. So, okay, we all know that history says that Kamehameha had to build this heiau. It was a sacrificial heiau, but he had to build that so that he could um, join the islands, right? And so that heiau was built. But when they did that ceremony way back then, he had to sacrifice and ended up he had to sacrifice his cousin Kiowa from Kausai. So there was a lot of bad feelings yet all through the years until 1991. They decided to do a whole kuikahi to squash all of that feelings, and then to reunite every year in August to celebrate culture, to learn about protocols, to learn about your culture. So ever since then, 1991, every year we gather from Oahu, Maui, Kauai too. Sometimes, they come to Pukohola. It's usually the third weekend of August, and then we spend a couple of days there, and we you know follow protocol and learn and be together. It's like our new year there. But we got involved because my brother Daniel, my younger brother, class of '78, yeah, the guys who won when we lost song contest, and he doesn't let us forget about it. So don't tell him you're from our class. Anyway, but he's a superintendent. Well, up until Wednesday, because he just retired after 44 years. But superintendent at Pukohola, so that's how we got involved with that. But yeah, it's a really good thing. So and they teach you this stuff, like how to make capes. Like you see the cape over there, I made that cape.
Are you well, let me start off this way. Do you since you mentioned your daughter, do you speak Hawaiian?
Back then I took 3 years in with Dilla Young, yeah, and Mrs. Quick, right? But when we came out, nobody spoke yet. So I can understand what they say, but I have a hard time to speak it. Because it was like right after that's when had the Renaissance, yeah,
Yeah.
of the Hawaiian immersions and everything.
So by chance, have you ever written any songs?
No, I I was asked to write a book,
Okay.
I don't know it. No, my daughter writes though. Yeah, she writes. And it's all in Hawaiian. The music she does, once in a while she'll do, like non-Hawaiian, but most of the time she writes in Hawaiian.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
really
for
good.
your daughter to pass it on to her kids, it's just that's what it's all about,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's yeah, gotta keep moving, gotta keep leaving it with the kids. The generations gotta follow.
Right, right. Now you are coming to reunion, aren't you?
I'm only gonna be able to come for the class night, but I am coming for the class night.
Okay. What's happening Saturday night?
Saturday, I have to come back. Yeah, we got some appointments going on. Not engagement, parties. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, son of a gun.
Yeah, I know. I was really disappointed, but I could hardly ever make any other of the events back then with all the other reunions because I was always working. It's not that easy to find a replacement piano player, on stage. So,
Well, just that whole industry, the music industry, I imagine in my mind, um, your Kenny Chesney or your Taylor Swift, and you're going on tour. While you're doing that, nothing else happens in your life, or
yep,
however long you're on tour.
yeah,
It's not like,
yeah,
oh, I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, we go golf, or, we go grab some lunch. They probably don't even have time for little stuff like that, just
yeah. That's true.
so it's
It's
very
like, yeah,
time consuming, taps your energy. But
yeah. I miss the family. The worst we ever did was we were invited to play with what's his name? Frank De Lima. Frank De Lima had a Waikiki show, and he invited us over to do New Year's with him, New Year's Eve
wow.
with him. And so I was like totally excited because wow, I can see the fireworks in Waikiki. That didn't happen because we're on stage when all of that is going on. So by the time I went out, it's the same thing. But yeah, that was hard because that's the first New Year's that I didn't spend with my family.
Hmm.
Even though if I was over here, they'd be those days, the kids could be there, as long as they had food and whatnot. Yeah. So the kids grew up a lot in the bar, but getting spoiled with all these orange drinks and all these cherries and everything, or 7 Up and soda
Yeah.
and French fries. Yeah, but
And I
that was the first.
imagine, with the staff and whoever's running the place too, they pick up a lot of Hanai aunties and uncles along the
Oh
way, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. All through the years, yeah. But it's all good. They're good kids, and it's nice to see two of them, doing the music too, because they do really well.
I saw some nice pictures of that Valentine's Day get together and some group
Yeah.
photographs and um I was talking to Kilauea Wilson
Oh yeah.
and I had lost track of like Peter Chung and Denton Naoni that he mentioned are both in the Hilo area,
Yeah, it was really cool to see them.
and I hear reports that Danton somehow sprouted up after we graduated. He's like super
He's
tall and
he's really tall. I didn't recognize him. So yeah, and then somebody told me that was after I think we played or something, and then somebody told me, you know that the tall guy over there. I go, yeah, who's that? I go, that's Danton. I go, no way, Danton already. Wow. So then when I went by, then I went to go say hello. He goes, you remember me? I said, I remember you after somebody told me who you were.
and you remember Alkai Bento?
Yeah.
He sprouted up a big bunch too.
Yeah. I know.
So
Those are the days. Lots of good memories.
50 years. That's why I keep joking with a lot of the people that I talk with in that if they give us name tags, they need to be about this big letters, and maybe even put the high school picture because it's not gonna click right away.
Yeah, that was nice of Crystal. Crystal did so much for that, that haircut over here. That was really good. It's fun to see everybody. That's why
Mm.
if it happens, I don't know, I'm even thinking maybe we should go to Maui or maybe we should go to Kauai. Ulu says, you better come. Yeah. So
Yep,
you guys coming over for the reunion, huh? I'll see you class night.
better than nothing.
Yeah.
Good. Well, man, it's been exciting and real news for me because I didn't realize your career like stepped in right after graduation and you
Yeah,
know
graduated June, professional musician in July.
now before that happened, did you have a different plan in mind?
College. I was gonna go college, and I was thinking maybe, well, I didn't know what field I wanted to go yet, but I didn't have a chance to even think about it because we were like, yeah, on the
Okay.
go, 6 nights a week.
So there wasn't like some dream in junior year, senior year, or
No,
just a basic plan.
yeah, not like now. Nowadays, when you graduate, you have a path to take already. Yeah, we didn't have that back then.
Uh,
It's like, oh, are you gonna go to college, right? So that's it.
my
Yeah,
youngest granddaughter is finishing up her junior year, and she's already enlisted in Army Guard and has a plan for. I mean, she knows where she's gonna be in 5 years. If you had asked me in high school, I would have thought,
yeah.
can I get back to you? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so right now they got really really good um, career programs, especially over here at the Kamehameha campus. We got a little bit extra treatment, I guess, because Crystal, sits as a trustee, but um, we're very very impressive the career programs that they have. By 7th, 8th grade, they know which way they're going already.
Wow.
Yeah. Some
Uh,
graduating by junior year and all, go straight to college. Everything
well,
all planned.
well, I just hope they're well guided because they're the ones going to be taking care of us when we're in the nursing homes and stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
want
right.
them to be able to at least add.
They can. Yeah,
Okay.
those can, yeah. There's some I don't know. Especially when you go shopping and they cannot count the money back to you. They just look at, okay, how much I have to get back with there.
Yeah, that's too scary, too dependent
Yeah.
on. You got to have
Yeah.
the skills. At least you can refer back. I may not remember how to do them, but if I jog my memory a little bit, it comes back.
You can do it, Kermit. You can do it.
Well, mahalo,
No,
Danelle. I had
not
a
a
great time.
problem. Yeah.
Thank you. And
You're welcome.
a little bit sad you're going to only be there for class night, but like I say, something's better than nothing.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm gonna get to go for that. So
Good. And next time you're by chance happen to get to Molokai, just give a little prayer to my homeland for me since I
I
can't.
will. I
I want
will.
to try and go, but they tell me the airlines is real so inconsistent.
It is inconsistent. My daughter-in-law had to stay at our house a couple of times because they canceled the flights.
Oh wow, that's bad.
Yeah,
I worry
very
about the medical side for them.
exactly. Exactly. Well, at least they have a hospital now that they can at least give birth at.
Okay, yay.
Yeah.
Maybe
Before they
maybe
would have
save
to,
some lives, some old people's lives along the way or whatever.
yeah, because they had to go Oahu to go give birth before.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Well,
yeah.
that's a
Now
step
they
in
have.
the right direction.
It is, right? Okay, well,
Again, thank you.
thank you for doing this. Like I told you, it's really awesome to see, our classmates and see what they're up to and whatnot. Look
Good.
forward to
I'm
seeing
I'm glad you
everybody.
enjoy it.
Keep it up.
Take care.
Okay, 会哦。